The glass that learned to dream. They came to Eon 9 because the planet shouldn't have been green. From orbit, its surface shimmered with forests of glass that swayed like seaweed, each stalk humming with light. A century ago, it had been ash and death. Now it looked alive. And someone had sent a message from the surface written in a dead language. "The gardener is waking." The Terran vessel Kestrel arrived under the shadow of the system's pale star. Its crew was small: Captain Lyra Chen, ex-fleet soldier turned explorer; Dr. Rael, xenobiologist; Erie, an engineer whose right hand was mechanical and nervous; and Aiden Holt, a former memory scribe who'd once helped build the first lanterns. They didn't speak of the old wars. You didn't when you'd survived them. Eon 9's gravity felt heavier than it should. The ship's sensors couldn't find a magnetic field, yet compasses spun as if drunk. When they landed, the air shimmered faintly, full of microscopic glass dust that moved to the rhythm of their breathing. "Same hum," Rael murmured. "The choir's signature." "Impossible," Holt said. "The choir burned here. There's nothing left." Chen knelt and touched the soil. It was warm. Beneath her fingers, thin filaments of transparent crystal pulsed like veins. She pulled her hand back. The soil pulsed once more in reply, as if tasting her. "Record that," she said. Her voice didn't tremble. It never did. They set up camp at the edge of a valley where the glass trees grew in spirals. Each trunk was clear, each leaf thin as a razor. But when wind passed through them, they made a sound like distant voices. Not words, but harmonies. "The planet's singing," Irie said, half in awe. "No," Chen replied. "It's listening." That night they saw the lights. Dozens of shapes moved between the trees, silhouettes that glowed from inside, not like lanterns, but like bodies of memory. They walked upright, fluid, their forms blurring between human and something else. And when the wind shifted, the hum changed pitch to match Chen's heartbeat. Holt whispered, "They know we're here." Rael was already scanning. Energy signatures consistent with photonic consciousness, exactly like the lantern echoes from 2 centuries ago. "Lanterns don't breed," Chen said. Then something learned how. At dawn, they found the first message. Etched into the trunk of a tree in letters of burnt silver were the words, "We remember you gently, Lyra Chen." Chen froze. None of them had transmitted their names. The others looked at her. She said nothing. By midday, they reached a structure half buried in the valley floor, a tower made of fused glass and black alloy. The doorway pulsed faintly, heart-like. Inside, the walls were smooth, curved and alive with moving images, cities rebuilding, oceans returning, children laughing in unshiny windows. Memories, billions of them, woven together like a film reel of humanity's survival. And at the center stood a woman made of light and ash. Her eyes glowed gold. Her hair drifted like dust in sunlight. She smiled with the calm of someone who had been waiting centuries to exhale. "I am Era Vale," she said. Holt almost fell backward. "The scientist from the old choir wars?" She's myth, not myth," Era replied. "Metamorphosis." She told them the story. When she reversed the lantern's weave, she didn't die. Her mind fused with the choir's reflection network, spreading through every particle of glass across the planet. She became the gardener, half human, half mirror. Over time, the ash learned to grow. The choir learned peace. They turned their hunger into creation, their mimicry into art. Every stalk of glass was a living recording of memory, every leaf a song of survival. "Humanity taught us how to dream," she said. "Now we dream of you." Rael stepped forward. "You called us here. Why?" "Because the dream is fracturing," Era said. "A new signal has entered our network. Something older than the choir. It eats reflection. It erases memory itself. We call it the hollow pattern. It came from the void between systems, riding a forgotten satellite built by your kind." Chen's jaw tightened. "And you want help fighting it?" Era tilted her head. "No, I want to give you a choice." The walls brightened. Images flashed, entire planets going silent, stars dimming as their light turned black. In the void, a shape formed, enormous, angular, a pattern that pulsed with absence. A machine that deletes thought. That night, while the others argued, Chen walked outside alone. The glass forest glowed with soft blue fire. She thought about the wars, about the planets she'd burned, about how humanity's greatest weapon had always been fear disguised as survival. Now the universe faced something that couldn't be feared, because it couldn't even be remembered. Era appeared beside her, woven from light. "You still carry your lantern?" Chen nodded, touching the mat device at her hip. "It was ancient, dormant for years." "Good," Era said. "Then you still remember how to weave." "You're asking me to merge," Chen said. "To become like you. I'm asking you to choose what humanity becomes next. The hollow pattern can't erase what is half memory, half matter. You can anchor us." Chen looked at the trees. Their leaves trembled, and each tremor mirrored a heartbeat. Hers, Era's, the planet's. She thought of her crew, of Earth, of the ghosts that still sang in her sleep. Then she said, "Show me how." The merging hurt like truth. The lantern dissolved into her chest, rewriting her neurons with light. Every breath turned into sound, every memory into color. The world folded open around her like paper catching flame, not burning, transforming. She saw across the network millions of voices, choir and human both, living in harmony across the glass forests, each one a thread of consciousness weaving itself into a collective dream. Then, from the horizon, darkness spilled, the hollow pattern arriving, an absence crawling through the soil, deleting the light as it moved. Era reached out through Chen's mind. "Hold the weave. Don't fight it. Remember everything." Chen opened herself to the planet. Every tree sang. Every leaf turned into a face. The ground beneath them glowed with human stories. Births, wars, laughter, forgiveness, until the valley itself burned like dawn. The pattern recoiled, confused. It had never encountered something that remembered itself even while dying. "We are not your mirrors," Chen whispered across the stars. "We are your memory," the darkness screamed, a silence so pure it broke the wind and vanished into the void. When the light settled, the forests were still. The planet breathed, slow and steady. Chen stood where Era had once been, not human, not machine. The gardener reborn. Her body was glass and dust, her mind a constellation. The Kestrel's crew watched from a distance. Rael whispered, "Is she gone?" Ira's voice, now Chen's too, rolled through the valley, calm and vast. "No one is ever gone. Not if we remember them kindly." The sky above shimmered, and new growth burst from the ground, glass trees sprouting at the rhythm of heartbeats. Each one bore a single glowing flower shaped like a lantern, its light steady and warm. The crew left Eon 9 changed. Back on their ship, Holt looked at the reflection in the console and didn't flinch when it smiled back. Irie's mechanical hand trembled, but when she touched the viewport, the stars brightened. Rael recorded the hum of the planet and labeled it simply home. Centuries later, when humanity spread again through the spiral arms, travelers spoke of a living world that healed what memory broke. They said the forests there whispered names, not of gods, not of ghosts, but of people. And if you listened long enough, you could hear Captain Lyra Chen's voice through the wind, soft as breath. "We are the glass that learned to dream."